Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to episode 109 of the Altrincham Save. And as you might have seen at the top, we are at the last game of the season, which only means one thing. Well, we were shit at football, therefore I just skipped the rest of the season. Yay! So here is before we go into the games, I'm warning you now, it's pretty ugly, but there's a reason, as you might see from my current team, which is full of 16-year-olds. So, after we finished last episode, we played Reading and lost with our full team. We lost 3-0. Another goalkeeping masterclass, let's call it that, ironically, shall we? 3-0, it wasn't good, and there was like a 9-point gap to playoffs now, and the way we're playing and everything, I was just like, you know what, actually, I think we're not going to get playoffs. So some people may call it defeatist, but I kind of like the idea of playing with these youngsters and stuff. And I don't want unrealistic expectations next season when the board go, well, you finished 8th, so next season, playoffs, please. So what I did after that was basically promoted all those good youth players through. I thought I'm going to give them 5 or 6 games, give them some experience. It'll really help them in the long run. And as you'd expect, it was like when we first started the save, couldn't string a pass together. Proper non-league football, right? You know, we got a 16-year-old goalkeeper. We lost 1-0 against Rotherham. We lost 2-1 against Brighton. Bjarne with a goal for us. We lost 4-0 against Millwall. That was particularly ugly. A couple of the games we actually played all right. It wasn't too horrific. Lost 3-0 against Barnsley. Yeah, conceding a few too many goals there, boys. James Ward-Prowse. What the fuck? Didn't even realise he'd scored. Jesus. Okay. And Friedrich Mbala got himself sent off for a second yellow. And then I was like, okay, yeah. You know you're playing a bunch of, literally 6 or 7, 15, 16-year-olds, right? I know we're going to lose. And you go into the game knowing you're going to lose or, really struggle. But it's still hard, right? It's still hard to watch. So I wanted to try and find a way that I could play these kids and maybe scrape the odd result. So we changed tactic entirely for the Bradford City game, and we won 2-1, boys. They got a late goal, and then they had a man sent off, so that was good. But Martin Smalley, the 17-year-old central midfielder, scored his first goal for the club, which is really good. And Leslie came on and scored, just doing Leslie things. Oh yeah. That was another thing. You know, at the end of last episode, I said, Maddison plays better as part of a 2-man strike partnership, right? So I said, I'm going to go back to 4-4-2. Literally, as I stopped recording, hit continue on the game, it went, Maddison's got a double hernia where he's out for 4 weeks. So that scuppered those plans. But I'll show you the tactic today. Today we're playing Blackburn in the last game. The tactic is 5-3-2. Very, very simple, right? These guys aren't the most intelligent footballers. As you'll see from some of the players, they struggle a little bit. So I was thinking just be defensively solid and maybe just nick a goal. So I'll take you through some of the new players. We've got Derek Fogarty, the 15-year-old goalkeeper. To be fair, can't be any worse than what our current goalkeeper does. Dylan's back from injury, which is great. He's still young, so I wanted to give him game time. We've got Rob Durnim, the 1-star ability, 16-year-old centre-back. Vanilla Ice and Bjarne. We've got Kim Pedersen at left-back. We've got Tom Jones, our 16-year-old central midfielder. Nastic, who obviously had a season hit with injury, who could be a very, very good player. Martin Smalley, who's just turned 17. He got the goal for us last time. And then we got Dan Wood, who hasn't scored since 1973, it feels like, playing up front with Lloyd Morris. Deadly strike duo. He's developing nicely. Let's see, this is the benefit. This is lots of little green arrows. This is why I think it's worth it. And just fun. Fuck worth it. Fun. It's really good fun. Because any sort of slim chance one of these strikers gets, go on, score it. We've got Mbala on the bench. We've got Henry Jackson on the bench. We've got Andrew Harrison on the bench. Leslie and Maddison aren't even on the bench, right? So we've got quite a big squad now. This is obviously just for the end of the season, and then at the end of the season, after today's game, they'll just go straight back into the under-16s. But with renewed vigour, or under-18s rather, renewed vigour and experience. And so, as you can see, because it's a very close league table, we've dropped down to 14th. We're not going to get relegated. We're miles off. And I'm okay with it. I don't really... to me, there's just no real... I know there's a little bit more prize money, etc., and maybe a tiny boost in reputation, but finishing 10th or 14th, I couldn't give less of a shit about. So, as you can see, it's only 8 points between 7th and 14th. So, it was just that the top 6 was starting to get away from us a bit. So, I've enjoyed it. There's been some horrific football, don't get me wrong, but it's almost like you celebrate every time one of your 12-year-old players completes a pass, and I've actually really enjoyed it. So it's like the good old days when the regens used to go straight into the first team when we were a non-league team. Right, do this for the fans. My assistant loves the do this for the fans thing. Surely you could say that every single game. Okay, we're in the red, and Sheffield, Blackburn are also in the red. Just so you know, just it makes things clearer. We're in the red and white stripes, the toothpaste, right? Come on, boys. Come on, the old TR, mate. Right, Smalley, the goal scorer. Morris drops to his left-hand side, pings the ball. Wood! Oh, he's not scored for so long. Literally every game it's come out and says, goalless Wood worries Altrincham. I'm like, no, it's not worrying me. Isn't it? No, it's not worrying me at all. All right, Dylan. Into Jones. Look at the play, boys. And I'm actually considering... Not obviously, this is a very basic 5-3-2, but I'm considering going 5-3-2 next season, because we do have some strong players in those positions. All ball over the top. Nelson, the goalkeeper, just has a look at it. He knew it was going wide. I'm actually considering going 5-3-2 next season, whether it's a flat back 5 or wing backs or whatever, and we'll change all the roles about. But I actually quite like it. It would mean... We could convert our wingers to wing backs, couldn't we? I've been known, lads, to do that. All right, come on, Scally. Yeah, but that means Atkins is the real miss, Mr. Reliable Atkins. We'll actually have a look at him, see how he's done this season. But we'll have a look at after the game. We'll have a look at the sort of how we're feeling about the whole team and everything. Sterling into the box, nods it down. Fogarty can't make the save. Nelson scored. Don't worry, boys. Don't worry. All right, don't worry. It's fine, okay? You've only had one shot. 2 shot. Half chance. I'll take it back. We're playing brilliantly. All right. I don't know where... Blackburn must be up there, aren't they? I never know with Blackburn, to be honest. All right. Deserved his yellow card, looking ill-disciplined, nervous and frustrated. Excellent. Excellent stuff, lads. Right. Do we go hard? Yeah. We'll say, let's not go easy on these kids. That sounds weird. We've got to tell them like it is. We can't just, say, oh, well done, you're just trying your best. No, it was disappointing. Yeah, some would say they're dominating, and you'd be right in that suggestion. Here we go. We're going to counter-attack. Oh, Jesus. Sterling. Marshall. It's not Marshall, is it? Marshall. I've just made him French. Grin. De mess. Oh, Fogarty. What a save, son. That was going in. That was going in bottom corner. Right. It's not the prettiest football in the world, lads. But we're devastating on the counter attack. Scallywag. Ooh, penalty. No, Sterling's got it. Ooh, hello. What? Okay, that was actually a really good save. I can't even joke. That was actually a decent save. And a diving, catching save in Football Manager. They're as rare as rocking horse shit, those things. All right, here we go. Goal time, boys. Jones, round the corner to Dylan. Dylan's played well in last game. He played superb. Go on. Smalley's there again. Wood's there. Nods it down. And it's Morris. It's Lloyd Morris with a downward assist. He knew he's shit at scoring, so he's just decided to nod it down for his first goal for the club. Get in, boys. Oh, I love it. Love it. Look at that. From the training ground, that is. Header down. Bosh. It's 1-1, boys. Morris gets his first goal for the club. What a legend, son. Right, now we're looking for the winner. Jones. Oh, look at that. There's Wood. Can he be the assist maker again? Morris is there again. They're panicking. Imagine if you're a Blackburn supporter and you got beaten by our under-12s. That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Nastic, edge of the area. Jones. Okay. They've been practicing something. What's this? Okay. It's not the best training ground manoeuvre. We're just going backwards. That's fine. Jones. Morris now. Can he turn provider? We'd love to get Wood a goal. He's attacking it. Nastic. Danger. Vanilla Ice. The more experienced player in there. Got to have him sort of sprinkled in, I think. Oh, Nelson's through. Cuts it back, and Simmons with an easy tap in. No fault with the goalkeeper there. He couldn't do anything about that. He had to block the Nelson possible shot. Right, now we go attacking. Actually, what we could do... a sort of obvious fix for going more attacking. We go like that, I think. Do we have any more youngsters on the bench? We've got Henry Jackson, who can play centre mid. He's more of a playmaker. But Smalley's having a turd of a game. No, he'll improve, boys. He'll improve. And Barla can come on for Dylan. And Harrison. Oh, I really want Dan Wood to get a goal. Okay, Lloyd Morris. Standing ovation for Lloyd Morris. Well done, son. All right, come on, boys. Oh, that's terrible. That's Pedersen. He's got no excuse. You're supposed to be a good footballer, Pedersen. That's it. Force him wide. Force him wide. Yeah, that's a decent ball, isn't it? Decent ball, that. It's a brace for Simmons. Oh, well done, you. You scored scoring against 12-year-olds, mate. Eh? Grow up. Just to chuck out some encouragement. Come on, boys. I reckon the biggest weak link, like you can have a striker that's maybe not the best striker or something, even a midfielder. And the goalkeeper's actually not that bad. So although that is scary to have a 16-year-old goalkeeper, he's not bad. I think the biggest weakness is probably the centre back that I think should have been there. The centre back is he's not the best, but he's got lots of potential. Yeah, was that a Simmons hat trick? All right, good for you, mate. Okay. We were doing so. It felt like we were doing all right. We were holding our own, and then, yeah, maybe not. Same amount of clear-cut chances. All right. So you got to take the positives from these games. Otherwise, it crushes your will to live if you just see your team beaten. Look at that, and Barla. Okay, take it back. Never mind. There it is, boys. 4-1. Oh shit, that was our last game at this stadium as well, wasn't it? Oh, that's not the best way to finish up, is it? We'll say it's disappointing. I'm not going to have a right go in. Just want to say a massive thank you to My FM Story, Luke Frankland and Ian Stedman for your lovely pastry, your lovely pastries on Patreon. Thank you very much, lads. Welcome aboard. Right. Close to triggering. Oh my God, we're going to pay 300k. Do I want to pay 300k? He's actually makes for quite a good wing back, to be fair, so that's okay. Okay, I reckon wing back attack next year. It could be the option. Right, let's have a look at the end of season rewards and also talk about what we want to do going forward. Because the trouble is, if we're going to drastically change to something that's like a 5-3-2 or a variation of, is that drastically changes how we recruit in the summer. We kind of have to sort of decide now. I don't want to spend money or a bunch of wages on a new winger that then I decide not to play wingers. Yeah, Morris, 16 years and... oh, my God, he's only just turned 16. Dave... do you remember Dave... oh, God, Dave Broom doesn't even exist anymore. Well done, Lloydie. It's good potential, boys. Cassidy's progress. Again, we got Hugh Cassidy as well, who's a real good young winger. Can he defend at all, Hugh Cassidy? We can make him a wing back. He's young enough that we can change him. I think Atkins might struggle a little bit more. So we got... my team is far too big. I hate it when it's this big. Can anybody see anybody? Can you tackle? Oh, no. Okay, what about Adkins? Because you play further back anyway. No. You know me, I could probably do it. How's he done this season? Yeah. Just starting to drop down a little bit, boys. You know, considering we probably had a better season than last season. 2 less goals and 6 less assists. I know he's played 10 less games, to be fair, but that's still a chunk. Don't know what the dogs are having a go at. Okay, here we go. Season review, all good. Where are they now? Madison, Atkins and Leslie, Osborne, King, Kelly, Craddock and Carson. Cabral's now an influential player. Right, end of season. I'm going to say top half finish. I said I'm a bit too ambitious. We probably would have been top half if we just carried on not playing with a bunch of children. No, I'm disagreeing with them. I'm fighting this. Okay, they still think I'm... Brilliant. The board are delighted with it. Yeah, they're never going to say anything different, are they? Till I have a bad start to next season and they sack me, and then I'll cry a little bit. We've also got tutoring being done on a lot of the youngsters and the stuff. Okay, confirm that shit. We didn't have our... Oh, there it is. Lee Madison, by far the player of the season, 67%. Jerry Carson with 14% and Tony Leslie with 11%. I don't know why that's 11%. That seems a little harsh for Leslie. Bless him. But Lee Madison just smashed it again. Absolutely superb. Had the injury that sort of set him back a little bit. But he improved upon last season. Look at the amount of assists has improved as well, which is really good. But he's devastating. 260 goals for the club. We got the Stig. We know... Oh, I've just... You know, we've got a release clause on his contract. I can't remember what it was. About 3 million that I couldn't adjust. I've just offered him a new contract. His wages have gone from 3.2 to 4.5k. So we've had to up his wages a bit. But his release clause is like 9 million. And like, that's okay. If we get 9 million for him, I can live with that. So I'm really, really pleased that he's the knobhead agent has sorted that shit out. A young player this season. He's 24. I don't consider 24 a young player, boys. When's our stadium done? Okay, 500,000. We haven't got a massive amount in the bank. That's actually quite generous. We're not cash rich because of the stadium and all that sort of shit. So actually, 500,000 is perfectly acceptable. 95k on wages, which is same as it was before. Which is I'm okay with that. We've granted an improved youth category. Not going to request anymore because we've got no hooking money. Right. The World Cup under-20s, the Stig. Go on, son. Proud of you, buddy. So proud. So proud. When is he going to ask to leave? That's the question, basically. So I think I'm delighted with this season. It would have been nice maybe to have that go a little go at playoffs, but we were always sort of punching, I think, a little bit above our weight. Finished 14th on 61 points. What did we do last season? 15th on 60 points. Okay, so we've improved by 1 point. So by that math, in another 35 years, we'll get promoted. Let's say if we played our full team, let's say we might have got 9 more points or something like that. If we'd been lucky, because we still weren't playing well. Got to remember that. But scored 80, conceded 76. We got plus goal difference, 80 and 76. So didn't score as much, but we conceded a shit ton less, which was kind of the goal this season, was to make us not concede 91 goals, which is mission accomplished. When you're trying to play it, let in less goals, the consequences often don't score quite as many. But I'm very, very happy with that board. When are we done? 20th of June. Okay, right. So, before we finish up, let's just chuck people back in, because we need to look at our team. Right. Oh, no. No. Oh, I've gone mental. Right. Fogarty, thank you very much, sir. Goodbye. Morris, you're in the under-18s. Durham. I think it was worth it. Like I said, I don't even care if it was worth it. I enjoyed seeing all the kids play. However painful some of the results were. Ray Jarrett as our backup goalkeeper. Might look to get some more experience in, to be honest. Henry Jackson. Martin Smalley. Goal scorer, Martin Smalley. Like that. Imagine if you were a kid, though. I know we're talking about the game, but if you were 16 years old and you got a chance at the end of the season and you scored a league goal, how massive that would be. Okay, is that all the youngsters gone? Right. So let's have a look at the team. Ideally, see, he's not a bad goalkeeper. That's how I have to remember this, is that he is not a bad goalkeeper. The horrific shit we see is not due to the goalkeeper. So I'm okay with the goalkeeper. He's only ever going to improve. We've got Rowney, who's a fine backup. We've got Lee Jones, who will probably leave us. I think we don't need another left back. We've got Peter Onjo and we've got Kim Pedersen. We've got Bjarn, who's a good centre-back. We've got a good wing-back on the right. Vanilla Ice is Brill. The Stig is a beastie. I think maybe one centre-back if we have extra, which we probably won't. But on the left, I'm completely happy. On the right, we got Cabral and we got Dylan. I'm pretty happy with that. In the centre, we're actually pretty strong. Remember, if we're thinking of playing, we'll have a look at tactics in a minute. But we need to make sure we're covered for it. We've got the Hitman, and Kieran Kelly, who are more ball-winning midfielders. Nastic is kind of in between. He can play a bit of both. Mosgard and Craddock are both the playmakers. How long was he out for? 2 weeks with a slipped disc. Okay. Adkins is on the left. Jerry Carson on the right. Osborne as backup. Hugh Cassidy is the good youngster. So we're in that sort of horrible position to me. If we were to continue playing 4-4-2, I'd be looking at this team going, I'm not sure exactly where we look. The team's pretty even. It could all do with improving, don't get me wrong, but there's no obvious standout, oh my God, we need to fix that shit type positions. Let me just offer him out while we... 5 million. It's optimistic. 100k. It's probably still optimistic, but we'll do it. So if we're going to go 4-4-2, maybe a striker is the option. You know, Danwood's great and stuff like that, but he's not great. He scored 1 goal in 23 games. It's kind of the opposite great. But he's a youngster, that's fine. Kenneth Hansen is a finer backup, with that being spectacular. Leslie's still banging in the goals. So, yeah, there's not anything really obvious. But let's say if we're going to go something like this, right? Ignore the sort of roles for now. I want to play with 2 strikers. I think Madison and Leslie, I just can't break them up, right? It would just feel wrong. So, therefore, if we're not going 4-4-2, I think this might be a decent way to play. Whether it's like this or something along the lines of this or this, I don't know yet. I wish there was kind of in between. I like them there, please. That just seems a bit far forward. Like, that's not much difference to midfield. But something like this, which, if that's the case, then probably a centre-back is the big one we need. And maybe another central midfielder. The trouble is, what we lose, Joshua Osborne, he's all right, but I'm not too bothered if he doesn't get games. David Atkins, it's kind of sad to see him not get as many games. I think we should definitely keep a couple of wingers in case we decide it doesn't work or we decide we want to go back to or just to give us a different option. But David Atkins is there, and I think, it'd be sad if he doesn't get games, but I can live with it. I can live with it. Also, we've got Craddock, who can play as left midfield as well, if need be. The ones I'm worried about are Carson. Like, he can't play up front. Could he learn to play central midfield? He can't play as a wing back. Maybe he's valued at quite a lot of money. He could be someone we actually look to make some profit on, to be able to... I could go all in on the 5-3-2 and sell Carson for, say, $1.5 million, or $1 million even, and have money to spend on improving the rest of the team. The one I'm really disappointed that we might lose out on is Hugh Cassidy. Looking at his stats, I don't see anywhere else he can play other than this position. Up front, no, he's got no composure, no finishing. We could loan him out because, in a year's time we might decide we want to go back. A loan might be the best bet, and then keep Adkins as a backup left midfielder in case we want to go to a 4-4-2 or similar. And we've also got Craddock, and we're still giving Hugh Cassidy games. I think that might be an option, Oh, my word. Yeah, they're sniffing about, lads. £30 million. Yeah. Unless I get a stupid offer for him, like previous. If they want to offer me 10 million for him, then yeah, by all means. So potentially, we could sell Jerry Carson, keep Osborne as that player in case we go to 4-4-2. That would kind of fix all those problems. And then invest in a centre-back if we're playing 5-3-2. And maybe another midfielder. I reckon. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know overall. Like I said, this is not the actual roles, but let me know if you think that's a basic shape that we might like. All this is up for grabs, the team instructions. I'll properly design it and stuff. But just as a basic shape, I quite like it. I just fancy a change. I get bored of the same formation. I know 4-4-2 has been the tactic we've used nearly the entire time in the Altrincham Safe, but I just fancy mixing it up. So it might cost us, but shit happens, doesn't it? Right, there we go, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Please join me next episode when we'll have a big transfer special. Hopefully we'll spend a bit of money if we can sell Carson. So thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.